We are going to work with a fan, in this case 5 centimeters or 50 millimeters, and this machine can generate a fan up to 8 centimeters. As you know, the main function of our FORZA Solder is the welding process, creating these weld beads on different materials such as black steel, stainless steel, and aluminum. However, it also has 3 other functions. Today, we're going to be looking at the topic of cleaning. Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit about this machine, the laser it uses, and how it manages to do this job. The first thing to understand is that this gun is special. When you're going to use the cleaning system or the cleaning function, you need to swap out this kit. This kit comes with a different nozzle and also a different lens. What the lens basically does is change the shape of the light. Secondly, it's also important to understand that this gun, unlike some other guns, comes with a galvanometric lens system. What does this mean? It means that inside, it has a mirror that can move the light beam in such a way that it creates a fan shape. This function is essential when I'm going to use cleaning systems. Our FORZA solder is equipped with 1,500 watts. That's the power of our laser, our resonator, the gas we specifically need for the cleaning function. In this case, we have argon. When we're going to work with this remote cleaning function, the gun will be about 30 centimeters away. And when the argon comes out, since it's far away, it will mix with the air. So it doesn't really make sense to use argon for this application. We're going to use compressed air instead, obviously because it's easier and, above all, because of the cost. We often get asked, hey, up to what thickness can a welding machine clean? And well, that question is a bit ambiguous. Why? Because the laser is a 1064 nanometer laser. Let's remember that the function of the laser is to interact with materials through the absorption of energy. This means that some materials absorb energy faster than others. For example, chrome is reflective or has a very low level of energy absorption, unlike carbon. So, depending on the material or the type of finish we have on our sample, we'll be able to achieve this cleaning effect. If the layer of oxide is just dust that hasn't settled too firmly yet, then I'll be able to clean it off. But if this oxide layer is already solid, like it's fused with the piece and maybe has been there for years, cleaning it will be a bit more difficult. So, without further ado, let's change this setup to get our gun ready for cleaning. Now, what we need to do is select the cleaning function on our touch controller. Here we have 4 functions. We have the welding function, the cutting function, the bead cleaning function, which uses a special nozzle, and the function we're testing now, which is the remote function. We select OK. Before starting the process, let's not forget about safety measures. First of all, our safety glasses to protect our eyes, and also a mask. With just 20% power, we achieve super fast cleaning. Obviously, the surface is left with this dust that comes off from the oxide, and I'm going to try with another camera, even though the process was super quick. Now, I'm going to increase the power to 600 watts, or 40%. I'll make the fan a little wider. Let's work with an 8 centimeters fan to see how quickly we can clean one side. In this example, I want to see if we can clean this side in a single pass. I think for this type of oxidation, we can easily work with just 20% of the power of our 1500 watt machine. Now, let's continue with this plate, which is much more oxidized. And here we can see a layer of oxide that's a bit more stuck to the plate, as if it's fused, melted together. It seems like magic, really, as if I had a kind of brush that gently cleans away this oxidation, which is usually pretty hard to remove with sanding processes. That's one of the big advantages of having a laser cleaner. Alright, here I can see the results, and I want you to see this. When the layer is thick and I move it with my hand, obviously with gloves, because this can be harmful to the skin, the oxide layer reappears. So, my recommendation when dealing with materials that are really oxidized is to do an initial cleaning, then use a small brush to remove all the dust that's been generated and left on the surface, so you can continue with further cleaning processes. Now I'm going to clean this second side. Well, this section on the right side, and I'm going to use 50% of the power. You can clearly see how the laser had more strength, so let's go ahead and give it one last cleaning. I think 50% is enough until it's pretty clean. And look at this beauty. We've already cleaned our plate that had the thickest layer of oxidation, and we only used 50% of the laser power. It's a bit hot, that's for sure, but now you can't even tell the difference. Nothing like how it was before. What we had at the beginning is gone, and now it's ready for welding, painting, or any other process we need, since rust usually gets in the way and makes those things impossible. And we're going to continue our detailed examination of this particular lift. This robust and well-constructed lift that, as you can clearly observe, is meticulously painted with a durable electrostatic paint finish. I'm going to carefully turn up the power setting to a precise 50%. At this 50% power level, we have already been quite successful in effectively removing a significant portion of the old paint, but as you undoubtedly observed, with a little helpful assistance from my hand, since the paint was already almost completely detached and ready to come off. I simply finished the process of peeling it off entirely. Now, I am very curious to see what precisely happens if we decide to utilize the full power of 1500 watts. The results are pretty good. In fact, I really quite like the impressive result it achieved on this stubborn layer of paint. I think, in terms of the overall time required, we could quite easily and efficiently clean this entire piece in approximately 8 to 10 minutes, at the absolute maximum, rendering it completely and thoroughly clean. Let's finish cleaning this one. This particular lift, before we proceed to move onto the overall structure, and on this very last piece of the task, I genuinely want to meticulously time it. I want to precisely find out exactly how long it genuinely takes us to thoroughly clean. We are going to meticulously clean approximately half of the entire structure to truly ascertain, in a realistic and actual work scenario, precisely how long it would genuinely take me if this were, quite obviously, my primary and main application. I'm going to increase the power by 30% to make it a little faster. Basically, we managed to clean half of one side of this completely rusted structure. I think it took us about 3 minutes. Production will give us the exact working time. But I want you to notice something. In this difference, it looks like it has a layer of paint. If you look here at the color of the rusted part, and then when we clean it, in this section, we can clearly see the color of the black steel, and it's just spectacular. And to finish, we're going to do a test on a piece that's painted but completely new. This is one of the parts from one of our fiber machines, which is used to support the screen. It had a manufacturing defect, so I'm going to try to remove the electrostatic paint. I'm going to see the effect it has when working on red, black, and white colors. Since the laser has a wavelength of 1064 nanometers, it reacts differently not only on materials, but also on colors. And here we can see the differences in the laser's effect on different colors. Obviously, black has a higher level of light absorption. In fact, in some cases, black isn't even considered a color. Why is that? Basically, black is the absence of light. Black has the characteristic of absorbing all light, reflecting almost no wavelength, and that's why it appears as that color. That means it's going to absorb more of this laser, this light, and therefore it will heat up more easily. That's why we see that black has the greatest cleaning effect, unlike red and white. Red would be next, and white actually does the opposite of black. It reflects all wavelengths, which is why it's a bit harder for us to clean white. Let's keep removing a bit more paint. Done. And that's all for today. Working with our FORZA Solder in its remote cleaning function, we've seen the quality of work it can do with relatively light, medium, and heavy types of rust. I think the most difficult thing, and this brings us to the first conclusion, the hardest part is removing white electrostatic paint. It usually uses colors with light or pale tones, which end up refracting the light. If we have a piece with a brown, red, or black color, it's going to be much easier to remove that electrostatic paint. Number 2, the laser has enough power to evaporate almost any material. However, to achieve optimal cleaning, it's best to do a first pass, then brush off all those particles left on the surface by hand, as you saw, and then continue with a deep cleaning. I can also do it without this cleaning, just using the gun, but that will make the process take longer and also cause the piece to heat up more. Number 3, work cycles. This beautiful machine can work 24/7. It doesn't need to take any breaks, since it has a chiller or a cooling system to keep the source at room temperature. You know that this kind of application is super important for saving the operator's time. What's the other alternative? Well, doing it with sandpaper, a task that's unthinkable not just because of the operator's time, but also because there are small areas that become inaccessible, making the laser an ideal option not only in terms of ease, but also when it comes to cost. Believe it or not, this machine peaks at 8,500 watts, but on average it uses 4,500 watts continuously, less than a regular household electric shower would consume. Just so you have an idea, you don't even need a three-phase installation, since our 1,500 and 2,000 watt models come set up for single-phase 220, and that's all for today. If you want to see more features of this beautiful machine, we have a presentation video where you can check out all the functions in detail. Let us know in the comments what other materials you'd like us to try cleaning with this welder. And we'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.